right, Coach. Thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New England Patriots.
Come on, fellas.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go, Hattie. Everyone shoot.
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On the set. Check 45, somebody. Go, tackle. Let's go. We got go. Switch.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3. On the ground, Michel.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Back to throw. Gardner. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Gardner. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The stop there on third, they could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, pick up right there, and I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. And they will run it with Michel. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Sony Michel with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Winston. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, Winston. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Winston connecting with Howard, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Jameis to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Gay's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They were winners a week ago against Buffalo, and they lead here with a 1st and 10. The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Yeah. Get it ready.
Operating from the gun. Gardner. Able to get this to Gordon. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Ready, break. Mike 5-4. All day, dog.
Off play action. Gardner eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. 20. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Call that a very strong gain of 24. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Got a man open, that's Harry. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Doubling this guy has to be a punt.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Hudson. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
This one taken from the 7. Good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Akeem Hicks in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And the return will stop right around the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
On first down, Gardner being chased out left. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their pass. These are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, Never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time, and it'll bring up third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
That one good for 24 yards.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable second. One.
4 down, even.
They'll throw again. Winston. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Jordan Howard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are able to cut in and out of that deficit. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal. So that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half. But when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Off the bootleg. Gardner sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 61 yards. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On second down now, it's Howard. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, Winston. He's got Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot. Slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. On first down, they run with Howard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Instant. And Jameis intercepted. With a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Got his man, that's Harry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. They'll run with Michelle. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the bootleg. Gardner. They'll roll him out right. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Steps away. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And they'll try Michelle here running on the right side. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through. We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now Winston. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Jameis again. And this is Moncrief with a catch. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Winston now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And Winston lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. The 40. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Noah Spence able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They'll buy some time right. Catch is made by Harry. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 34. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Hey, get it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Winston. It's caught by Moncrief. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
On 1st and 10, Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
That's it, baby.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. To throw is Winston. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Akeem Hicks, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And this is caught by Evans. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
Single.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there on special teams as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Pats, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down.